Hi, I am yours sincerely, Kent Uche, Mr. Frankie Talk on Frankie Talk. Let's take a look at birth certificate saga. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu certificate saga. As is in the open, I'm not going to fast forward. There's been a court case in America, and more light has been thrown to this certificate issue that started since 1999. Unfortunately, then when this case first surfaced, it went down the same way it came out because of the powers that were bidding, especially when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State. But today, more thanks and kudos to social media that has given everybody a voice to actually analyze, and thanks also to Alhaji Abubakar Atiku, who went further by taking Chicago State University to court. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last election, like us in the 1999 election when he won the governor of Lagos State, he did not present his primary school certificate, neither did he present his first living secondary school certificate. Rather, in this last election, he presented a diploma certificate from Chicago State University. Unfortunately and sadly, that same certificate he presented was questionable. Just like every other thing about his name, his state of origin, you name it. The question now is, how long are we gonna have an elusive man at the helm of our affairs, at the helm of Nigerians, over 220 million Nigerians? This same issue of Tinubu's certificate and Tinubu's uh, genuine identity or fake identity, or whichever one you want to take, was echoed more by one of his close allies, Mr. Bisoye Oshodi, also known as Balogun Eko. He was actually on Instagram giving facts and figures as per how Tinubu came about that name. Originally, it was a female's name, one of our late mother, Abibat Mogaji's daughter, that bears that name, according to Bisoye Osudi. And also how this fake certificate thing, erupted. And ever since then, a lot of it has been here and there. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar went further by taking this to an American court, where the counsel and witnesses of Chicago State University were able to come out and say, yes, at some point, Tinubu attended this university, but the certificate, this diploma certificate presented to INEC, is definitely not from Chicago State University. And that is what brings about my concern about this program today. Where did Tinubu get this certificate he presented to INEC? Why did he present a fake certificate to INEC when you know you can actually go and present your own? Could it be that he is trying to cover up previous lies? Why did he not submit his primary school and secondary school certificate up till now? Why a diploma? Why jump? Could it be that he's trying to cover up some certain lies that he has told in the past? Now that Chicago State University has come out in the open to denounce that same particular certificate submitted to INEC in this last 2023 election, will Mr. President now be patriotic enough and do the honorable thing? What is that honorable thing? Yes, in a very civilized environment, in a country whereby democracy and rule of law is supreme, in a country whereby you actually want the peace and progress of that country, if a situation like this arises, you are not meant to be in that office. You are meant to throw in the towel. So I will expect, Mr. President, you have been the president. That has always been your life ambition. It has con you. Now, so what next? Now that this saga is coming up, will Mr. President save Nigerians? 200 million or 220 million Nigerians, that remaining embarrassment, can he restore that little integrity back to Nigeria by throwing it away, by resigning? Save us that shame worldwide. This is an international shame. It's no more a Lagos State affair, but this is a worldwide affair. To save our democracy, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should do that honorable thing today and resign. Let's face it, this embarrassment is not just for Mr. President nor the APC as a party. It's for we all Nigerians. No doubt, the National Assembly has the power to move for an impeachment of the president. But will they do that? Of course not, because this is a rubber-stamped assembly whereby the president planted his own people, even the the Senate president, everybody were, is part of the president knowing. But I believe Mr. President can do the honorable thing. Save Nigeria this embarrassment, or restore unto us that integrity as a nation. Give us that respect back. Look at how we have moved from a super corrupt country, according to David Cameron, who once classified Nigeria as a super corrupt nation, to now, worldwide, internationally, we are now seen as a criminal nation, whereby all our children, wherever they go to submit application, certificate, they are double scrutinized. They have to look into their certificate and possibly delay their employment, delay their engagement, to double check the certificate they're presenting. That is not fair enough. The truth is, Nigeria is now a criminal nation. Will it take a criminal, someone who has falsified, who has abused that office, who lied to get to that office? Will it take such a man to lead a criminal nation to a righteous nation, to that promised land? I don't think so. Say no to certificate forgery in Nigeria.